Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today at the Rice Corner Crossroad Culvert Replacement Information Session. Thank you all for being here. So you can, next slide, please. So just the run of show for tonight, we're going to do some brief introductions, then get into the presentation of why we are doing this project, as well as the associated timeline and detours, and then we'll get into time for some questions. We do have to be out of here by 7, just to be mindful of the time. Next slide, please. So Jeff, you can the first on screen.
Jeff Hoffman, Senior Transportation Planning Engineer at Central Region Planning Commission.
Kowakowski, Highway Superintendent, Town of Brookfield.
I'm Matt Lumstead. I'm with the engineering company that designed and permitted the new crossing.
Thanks. Zach Blaze, I'm a principal environmental planner with CMRPC.
And my name is Charlotte Levitt, and I'm an assistant resiliency planner at CMRPC. Next slide, please. Okay, can't really see it too well on this screen, but that is a map of the project location. That blue dot that Zach is circling, that is where the Rice Corner Crossroad Culvert is, and that is where the construction will be taking place. There'll be another map a little bit later in this slideshow, but just to kind of situate ourselves to where the project will be. Next slide, please. So we'll talk a little bit about planning efforts. So replacing this culvert has come up a few times across different planning efforts that Brookfield has worked on, most notably in the municipal vulnerability preparedness planning process, and then also in the ongoing hazard mitigation planning process that the town is undertaking. It was noted that the Rice Corner Crossroad culvert is in poor condition and that in the event of any heavy rain, the culvert's inability to mitigate floodwater could affect the road and then the properties surrounding it. And then in the spring of 2025, 2 CMRPC staffers and then our previous DPW superintendent applied for funding through the Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness Action Grant, which is administered by the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs to replace this culvert. And then they were awarded that funding for fiscal year 2026. You can go on to the next slide, please. So the purpose of this project. So replacing the failing culvert at Rice Corner Crossroad would cause near immediate climate resilience benefits. The current culvert is a 60-inch corrugated pipe, and replacing it with a 3-sided box culvert will restore natural stream flow, which will allow for the migration of aquatic species and avoid standstill waters, which would promote the proliferation of invasive and nuisance species, such as mosquitoes. The restoration of the natural stream flow will also increase the culvert's capacity to mitigate floodwater. And these flooding events would have direct impacts on the properties in the area, especially the Nanatomqua Cooperative, which sits just south of a FEMA designated flood zone, and then also the Wagon Wheel community, which is directly north of the faulty culvert. Another purpose of this project is to offer culvert maintenance and inspection training sessions to the local highway department. CMRPC will coordinate these trainings and will train highway department staff in nearby communities that are a part of the Brookfield Highway Department Cooperative. And that'll be to assess culverts using the North Atlantic Aquatic Connectivity Collaborative standards. And with more local staff trained to maintain these culverts and identify the signs of any failing culverts and how to improve them, the town and the region will become more resilient to the effects of climate change, especially flooding. All right, now the part that you all are here for, which is the detour and the timeline. Next slide, please. So our anticipated construction dates are May 1st through June 30th of 2026. The road area where the culvert replacement will be taking place will be blocked off and signage will be posted through the construction process. I'm going to show a map in the next slide, but the proposed detour would rely primarily on through traffic using Lake Road to travel east to west to avoid the construction area. Zach, if you wouldn't mind going to the next slide with the map. So let's see, the checkered line that is north, that is the Lake Road through traffic line. So From the north, anyone approaching from Route 146, traffic is going to be directed east onto Lake Road, which would pass along the Quabog Pond to reach the other side of the closure. From the south or the west, if you're approaching Rice Corner Cross Road from that direction, traffic is directed to pick up Lake Road, heading north and continue on to bypass the closed segment. And then for residents of Rice Corner and Rice Corner Cross Roads who are north of the culvert replacement, you will have to travel north on Rice Corner Road. And then for those south of the culvert replacement, it'll be the same thing. So next slide, please. Any questions? Thank you. And if you do have questions, please feel free to come speak them into the mic so folks can hear.
As to the exact dates of when going to be expecting that road to be closed. It is a fairly deep, in fact, it's a fairly deep structure or culvert. So to do it in one side and then the other is not feasible. So the only way to do it is to completely remove the old culvert and put the new one in its place. Part of this, my understanding, is also to slightly askew now and it's more straightened out the culvert underneath the road. I have a couple questions about that. This graph, see up there?
Yeah, where it is.
So everyone knows, my name's Sean Marino, Sergeant with the Brookfield Police. So it sounds like we're gonna have a Rice Corner Cross closure essentially 24/7 for the length of the, okay. Detour is what it is. As far as work vehicles entering and exiting, how frequently during the day are we looking at that?
I think because it's self-contained, it's a lot of excavation, we can close the road.
Okay,
They'll be able to get deliveries like once a week and stockpile it all along that length that we have closed.
okay,
And so you might see a dump truck once or twice during the day.
all right, so we're not worried about just a constant in and out flow, okay,
Yeah,
all right,
it's a big cut, which then they'll save the material and put back, so there isn't a lot
Okay.
of stuff going in and out. You know, when we pave, there might be the end of the project, there might be a day where there's 3 or
Okay.
4 asphalt trucks coming
All
in
right.
and out.
That pavement's just gonna be for the culvert area itself, and not
Yes.
doing all of Rice Corner
No,
Cross or
no.
anything?
Right.
Okay, yeah, we're very open to whatever suggestions highway might have as far as the need for police details. If they don't think they need any, we're okay with that. But Kyle, you just need to let us know. I mean, once a project like this gets going, generally everybody learns the flow of traffic and you don't need to have people directing for a detour like this, especially because most of the traffic's local. But yeah, you can just meet with me or the chief and let us know what you think you may or may not need. If there's any given, specific date where you're gonna have asphalt trucks coming in and out and you want someone, that's fine. But I don't get the impression that this project's gonna require day in and day out police details.
I don't think so. And
Okay.
we're kicking off with the contractor next week. And we can get an idea from him when
All
he
right.
thinks it might be advantageous
Okay,
if needed.
all right. Pretty straightforward then. I thought I was gonna have a lot more questions, but it's, like you said, Lake Road was the thing in my mind. It is what it is, so not
Yeah.
super concerned from a safety standpoint. And we can obviously address anything that comes up as it happens.
So what we'll do once we start, we'll make sure your department gets the emergency contacts. So if there's anything
Okay.
that goes on when they're not there, you've got a foreman you can call and
Yep.
bother that isn't Kyle or I.
Okay, all right.
And they're, that's what they're getting paid to deal
Okay.
with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised fire and EMS aren't here, but obviously they'll know which way they need to go. We'll probably have to notify state police, Sturbridge EMS as well, because sometimes they respond into Brookfield, but that's
Okay.
gonna be something for conversation for us to have, so.
Okay,
Do you
great.
have any questions for me?
Yeah, just that follow up. Once we have a better schedule from the contractor,
Yeah,
my suggestion is probably the contractor, sit down with with all of you buyer, just so we're all,
Okay,
everybody's on the same page
yeah,
with the contractor. So the contractor also knows your expectations.
okay, that works. All right, excellent. Yeah, answered my.
My blanket email got to you guys.
Is he uncomfortable?
Okay, yeah. All right.
All right, so just, so in case you need to leave early, so we're scheduling a pre-construction meeting with the contractor. What time is it? 10 o'clock on Tuesday?
It's tentatively, I just sent the email out, Tuesday, the 21st at 10 a.m. And we'll send a Zoom invite.
So if you're interested,
Can you include us on that invite?
Sure,
yeah,
Email address.
sure. Give me and you can share it with the,
and it was sort of.
with other folks.
Better for
Yeah.
conditions. And it's probably gonna serve as the pre-con to the.
Brookfield NA.
If you're there, so that makes, that's perfect.
And there's no dot between those.
US.
Dot, yes.
Brookfield NA.US.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
It's gonna be Zoom, the meeting will be Zoom. At least that's it right now.
Yeah, you have questions? No?
Oh, no. No, this will go quick. Once we have the culvert's the biggest thing. It's a much bigger structure than what's out there, so.
Yes.
Yep. Yep, and it's deep, to protect from scour, you know,
Yeah, we're.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Great. Any last questions, comments?
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, the only other comment is the reason why the timeline's only like 2 months worth of construction. The grant has to be completed by June 30th of 26. Funding is June 30th.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. All right, Zach, do you have anything?
I got nothing. It sounds like a happy room. So I think if everyone's content, I think I'm good.
Great. Thank you all for joining us today. Feel free to get pizza or salad in the back.
Dinner?
Yeah, there's a lot.
I
Thank
wish I
you.
could enjoy. So, all
Thank you, Zach.
right, have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For coming.